It's going down. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rechak. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of It's Going Down, being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. It says, Stampede breaks out at March for Our Lives rally in D.C. over shooter scare. So, there's been a lot that's been going on considering concerning these different shootouts that have been happening. Now, some of them might be staged, but, some of them could be real. But for the most part, I believe they're all staged and they're set up for a particular agenda, because the so-called elites, they are working towards a particular agenda. And as long as these Edomites continue to be in rulership, we're going to continue to hear about more of these shootouts and these unrighteous decrees. So it says a stampede momentarily broke out at the March for Our Lives rally at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. on Saturday. Okay, a stampede almost broke out at the pro-gun control March for Our Lives at Our Lives rally at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. after attendees thought there was a shooter. And as you can see here, there are predominantly Edomites here, okay? Protesting and rallying over gun controls. Okay, now the Hebrew Israelites, which are the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians, we don't care about, gun controls, okay? Because, for one, the gun is not our blessing. Spiritual power is our blessing. Our blessing comes from the Heavenly Father through His Son. So if you're a Hebrew Israelite and you have no fear of the Heavenly Father or His Son, you're also going to partake in these gun control rallies. Okay, another angle of the near stampede on the National Mall at pro-gun control rally, March for Our Lives. Okay, I'm not going to really play the video here because I don't, this appears to be a video. And who do you see here? You see so-called white people. Okay, this country known as Babylon in the Holy Scriptures is not our rest. Okay, so the guy got on stage and chanted, "I am the gun I am using. I am not shooting a school," the man said as security personnel attempted to escort him off the stage before seemingly throwing a can at rally attendees behind the barricades. So this guy is not liking the protesters, and from the looks on her face, it looks like she thinks it's funny, So, hey, you people out there continue to think this is a game, man, because the Heavenly Father has got a little surprise in store for you. The disturbance only lasted a few moments, and officials at the rally rushed to assure those present that the man was not armed, the Sun reported. The man has since been arrested, and U.S. Park Police has opened an investigation. Now, he could be a hardcore anti-gun control law person, who knows? But it says, as reboots are all Hollywood is capable of producing these days, the rally featured Emma Gonzalez, who now goes by Axe Gonzalez, and identifies them, screaming for Congress to pass some effing gun laws. Okay, and up here, what do you see? March for Our Lives. Well, what about the lives of Israelites? You know? Well, what about the March of Israelites? So-called Negro, Latino, and Native Indians. What about the march for these different Israelites that go through these police shootings? But you see, now you start to see the hypocrisy and in a lot of these movements. I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to read there. I don't necessarily have to read the whole entire thing. But the point here is that, you know, there is uproars of the people, you know. Now, we also got to take into account of what we see on the back of the dollar bill, which is what? Ordo ab chaos, which is Latin on the back of the dollar bill for order out of chaos. You see, the so-called elites, they create the chaos because it is believed, which I strongly believed, that the so-called elites through the United States government, they are responsible for setting up these different staged shootings, especially the one that happened in Texas, which appears to be the biggest one right now. Okay, and now they're getting a reaction from the people. Now, some of these reactions could just be agent provocateurs who are hired and paid to set up a movement to pass for more gun control laws. But some of these people could sincerely want stricter gun control laws, which, if you do that, then you should understand that stricter gun control laws means that you're leaving yourself, and I'm really talking to you so-called white people, you're really leaving yourself wide open to the United States martial law troops, which are these UN troops, because that's exactly what the so-called elites want. They want to discard people weapons. That way, when they move into your houses via these martial law troops, it'll be easy work. There won't be any resistance. They don't have to worry about encountering a homeowner with a shotgun, or, you know, it'll be easy work. So a lot of you people who's pushing for gun control laws, hey, careful, because we also got to remember, Esau, he was blessed with the sword in the book of Genesis, the 27th chapter. The modern day sword today is what? The gun. So by these stricter gun control laws being passed, you so-called white people are acknowledging that your blessing, which your forefather in the book of Genesis, the 27th chapter, was blessed with, is being taken away from you. Because you so-called white people, your forefather Esau was blessed with the sword. The modern day sword today is the gun. So if you're protesting for stricter gun control laws, then you're basically asking the government to take away your blessing. Second Esdras. Second Esdras chapter 9, and I'll just start at 1. I ain't want this video to be too long. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, and we are measuring the times that we are living in are the times of the fall of Edom's empire, which when you read the book of Genesis, I believe the 36th chapter, it tells you that Esau is Edom. Anybody who descends from Esau is what? A Edomite. So verse 2, it says, Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And the Lord is visiting the world through the left hand side. Okay? The Lord is using in his left hand, okay, which is the so-called elites, through the Illuminati and through the United States government, to stir up chaos around the world. Because the so-called elites, they have an agenda. Okay, the NWO. And if you don't know what that is, just ask me on the comment board. Okay, 2nd Esdras 9 verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. This is an uproar. You know, you got people rallying for gun control. That's an uproar. Okay? When there shall be seen uproars of the people in the world, verse 4, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things that were the days before thee, even from the beginning. There you go. Verse 5. Okay? For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. The end of what? The end of an age. The end of this wicked age is manifest. And how is it manifested? Through prophecies. Through the prophecies that are written throughout the Holy Scriptures. And 2nd Esdras is a part of the Old Testament of the Holy Scriptures. If you go to the 1611 King James Bible, you'll see 2nd Esdras in there. You'll see Ecclesiasticus in there. You'll see 1st Esdras in there. You'll see 1st Maccabees and 2nd Maccabees in there. You'll see the Wisdom of Solomon in there. You'll see Bel and the Dragon in there. You'll see Baruch in there. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.